Hello everyone, welcome back to Live Drawing. Today I want to show you how to draw realistic skin, and following the videos you will see the easiest way to draw the pores and also the necessary details for the skin and hand hair. Stay with me guys to see how easy you can draw. Professional guys, I will give you my tips and also explanation about art suppliers. I'm working this portrait with 8B grade only, so is draw only by one pencil, and just helped by a few suppliers. We carry on with the hand, and for the first layer we're going with small circular motions. We need to be careful for the shape of the veins and the shadows as well. Happy New Year to everyone, and let's draw together again this year. So I'm going to build this small finger, and I need to go very light, and because of this I just resharpen my pencil on a piece of sandpaper so I can use as a needle for any particular details. As you can see, I'm working by the reference photo. For blend, I'm using cotton buds to blend the skin and mix together the tones for building the gradient. Everything you see here is freehand realistic drawing, and these are a full drawing lessons from starting this portrait, and we're going to the end of the portrait. Check on my YouTube channel for all lessons that you want to learn. I'm working now on the bottom side of the palm. And following the reference photo, I'm going to find the perfect shape. My way to blend the grades is cotton buds. I'm going with small circular motions And as you can see, in the same time it's smoothing the paper as well. As you can see, the paper become light gray, but also the details are still visible. When I'm talking about the details, I refer about the skin details. When I'm going with a pencil, adding the layers, I'm also working on the details in the same time. As you can see, I build up the veins and also the shadows for the veins. And I'm coming very light with cotton buds to smooth the graphite. With small circular motions, we build the rest part of the skin. And when we finish with the skin for entire hand, we're starting to add the pores and the highlights. Don't forget to blend with cotton buds any layer you draw. In this way, we have the graphite pushing inside into the tooth of the paper. I'm working this portrait on Canson Bristol paper, A3 size, 250 GSM, pure white. Today we're working on the light skin, drawing with just a few shadows to make the shape of the hand. As you can see, I build the layers by layers, and also I'm keeping the same way by circular motions. And because of this, when I'm coming to blend with cotton buds, I still have the details for the skin, which is good. And slowly, as you can see, from dark to light, I'm just pushing the graphite, building the gradient as well. We will take care of the hand hair as well later, and I will show you how easy you can add that details. Not too many details on the small finger, it's fine. We just need to add light layers of the graphite. And the last thing, we add in the pores, making the skin looking realistic. And I already start to do now, so I can finish that side. And for this, I'm using Faber-Castell Perfection eraser pencil. As you can see, with this I can dot very light, building the pores. In this way we can have the perfect detailed skin. We carry on to add more shadows. We follow in the reference photo for the shadows, and with circular motions we add the layer. Remember guys, this portrait is made only by one pencil, which is Faber-Castell 8B grade. With this pencil I can work very easy, even the light tone, even the dark tone. Down on the bottom we have to deal with very dark tone, as you can see on the reference photo. It's about the jumper and it's a black color. That would be much easier to do. We build lightly the bones shadows. Which make the difference for the shapes. But I coming always with cotton buds to smooth the graphite. I'm not staying too long on these layers. I don't want to lose the tone, to lose the color. As you can see, guys, look at it, how easy we can mix the graphite, building the gradient for the skin, working with more tones. Till we achieve the perfect shape of the hand. On the bottom side of the arm, inside of the palm, we need to add the dark tone, which is this line. That side will be always darker than the rest of the skin. Because I'm working with 8B grade entire portrait, when I have to deal with light tone, as you can see, I'm working very gentle with the pencil. Without any pressure, I can build layers by layers. To work with light tone and also dark tone as well. Of course, I'm coming with cotton buds to smooth the paper for the shadows. I want to show you guys also easy way how to draw realistic hand hair. The small part and very gentle hair on a hand. If you want to do this, before to do this, you need to resharpen your pencil very well. Of course, especially when you work with dark tone grade like 8B grade. Everything is coming up for B6, 8. That means you're working for a dark tone grade of the pencil. Because this portrait is made only with 8B grade, I need to be careful to work very gentle, and also I need to keep the pencil very good sharp. So for this, I'm using a small sandpaper or nail polish, as I like to use this. And I just move the pencil light. And as you can see, in the same time I can achieve graphite powder, but also I resharpen the pencil. In this way I can use the pencil as a needle, sharp as a needle, and I can build light parts for the hair. Let's see how to do this. I want to zoom to see what we're talking about. Hopefully this is quite enough, close enough zoom. So happy new year to everyone, and welcome to my live drawing. Let's see how we can build for example, this part of the hair. As you can see, if I zoom, you will see these very nice details. We can make the portrait look very realistic. So we have the skin already done, but also we need to add the interesting parts for the hair. We start from the top side and we're going very lightly on the bottom side. So because I just resharpened the pencil, let's suppose this is a mechanical pencil. I couldn't do this if I didn't resharpen again. So I'm coming with, I think it's better to add first light tone which is above the pores. And for this I need eraser, and my favorite eraser is Faber-Castell Perfection, which is very helpful, guys, for me to use. I'm using this one, which is very helpful for me to add the pores. Let's add a little bit gentle pores and highlights to make the skin looking so realistic. When we're coming with the rest parts for the hair, the hand, it look different. As you can see, this eraser is amazing to do these details. I can light up a little bit over the veins if I have too much graphite by dotting. As you can see, I can rebuild again the vein and the hand make more realistic. If you want to learn this portrait, guys, entire portrait, you have videos on my YouTube channel from starting of the portrait. Now let's take care of the small short hair, and I have already sharpened my pencil. Now I just need to move the pencil to build the hair. The most important thing when you draw the face or hand hair, it's good to know you need to dot light before where the hair is. After you dotting, you can start move the pencil very light. So depend how many you have to draw or how much hair is on the hand. So dot first, because that is the bottom side of the hair, and move the pencil very gentle away from that dot. In this way we will have very realistic hair, hand hair. Of course we need to follow the reference photo to don't draw too much or too many. Remember, you can do this type of details only if you learn to resharpen your pencil. My way I told already. I'm using sandpaper or nail polish small pad. You will see how beautiful details and how nice portrait we can draw adding these details. As you know already, I'm very deeply into details if I want to work realistic, so that's why I'm here to teaching you guys how to do this and which is the best way to do. Of course, you know already I'm working always in easy ways, so I will give you and share with you my easy ways to draw. So look at that, I just dot the skin, and from that dot I'm going light building the hair. Make sure you keep the pencil gentle. We don't need any type of pressure here. So how nice details we can add, as you can see. But sometimes even these parts for the hair need to be blended. Depends how the skin is. And to blend light, I have blending stump, of course, number 1, because we're talking about the small parts of the hair. As you can see, guys, we learn to work very realistic, very gentle, even if it's about the 8B grade. Some of the artists use 8B grade only for dark tone. I did these videos so you can see many ways to work with 8B grade, which is the dark tone pencil. I'm not going more because I need to add a little bit more skin here, but also I'm coming to blend light with blending stump number 1. A few of the hand hair, we don't need to blend them all, just the necessary ones. And of course the dots made into the hair. While we blend the dots, as you can see, I have the dot here. We need to blend the dot first and a little bit on the hair, because that the hair starting. Now you have zoom in, so it's closer zoom. If I will zoom out, it will look like a realistic picture. From the distance is a different story. Let's start to add a little bit more part for the skin. And let's learn to respect the shape and the veins on a hand. I'm going with a pencil. It's already sharp, but if I'm not happy with this, I can resharp on a sharpener. I'm using manual sharpener from Derwent. But don't forget, after you sharpen your pencil, resharp again on a sandpaper. You will see how beautiful details and tiny details you can add if you use the pencil very sharp. For better process, I will do this again. So I'm using the sharpener first. And as you can see, it's already sharp. I can use even now, but it's a little bit risky because the top side of the pencil is not like a needle. How to do this? I'm using this sandpaper, and I just move the pencil and also rotate in the same time. Make sure you keep safety and clean your drawing. Don't breathe on this part of the dust, because this is graphite powder. I'm not using that graphite powder. Not on this portrait. Now, as you can see, my pencil is different way to sharp, so it's like a needle. Look at that. So now I can do very tiny details and shadows. I'm going by small circular motions to build the first layer for the skin, which is of course the light tone. following the reference photo. If I know already how to do, I can come in with more layers, and I take care of the more tones, light and also dark tones. These tones will help us later to define the veins and the details of the hand. If you remember when we started the first lesson of hand drawing, I told you guys we didn't use toilet paper for smoothing. We're working on a gentle part of the skin, so always when I draw hand, if I want to do realistic, I'm not smoothing with the toilet paper. The best way is cotton bud, because it will keep the same details that you draw with the pencil. Of course, it will smoothing a little bit the paper, because the graphite is going into the tooth of the paper. But if I'm going like now, small circular motions and lines, like vertical lines on the circular motions, when I'm coming with cotton buds, I will have the same details but also smoothed, which is very important thing to know. But if I'm coming to smooth these details that I do now, circular motions or lines, with toilet paper I will lose all details. Why? Because the toilet paper has a different power to smoothing. I try and I see the difference. So that's why I explain you now, guys, to don't do the same mistake. You can smooth with toilet paper when you smooth the skin on the face or the rest part of the arm, or depend which side of the body you draw, but not the hand, because this is really important to keep more details. Hopefully you understand, guys, and hopefully you're happy with these tips. That's why I'm coming here, guys, to show you and explain you everything I know and everything I get through the processes. Now slowly, as you can see, we finish this part for the hand, and we need to smoothing. Remember, guys, if you want to work and learn to work realistic drawing, you need to have a strong patience and never rush your work. That it will give you more opportunity to upgrade your drawing skill and challenge yourself if you can. And you will see my lessons are so useful. Because by simple tutorials you can learn a lot. As you can see, today I use only 8B grade and a few suppliers, and I'm so happy for the hand draw already. So if you see, 8B grade Faber-Castell eraser pencil for pouring, blending stone for smoothing, and cotton buds as well. Not too many suppliers, and my portrait is so realistic. I will smooth again with cotton buds, and this time a cotton bud, it will show me how dark I need to go, if I need to add more layers or not on this part. So I have already worked with cotton buds. I can use the same part because I'm working very gentle, not pressure, and with small circle emotions. As I told you, the paper becomes smooth, the graphite changing the tone and become light gray, which is good. We do black and white portrait anyway. But as you can see, the small circle emotions and the dots, the lines that I did before, are still visible, which is good. I can smooth even the bones, the shapes, everything I need for the hand to make realistic looking. Hopefully you're happy with my tutorials, guys. Thank you very much, guys. If you want to follow me, you can coming on TikTok as well. I'm going maybe for half an hour on TikTok to explain about this type of drawing. So if you want to see the rest part of the hand, how to do this, you can coming on TikTok. Now I'm moving on TikTok just for a few minutes. Thank you very much, guys. Happy New Year's again, and stay safe. Bye bye. Pucică, dacă tu vezi ce desenezi aici, e mie pică capul.